It's true. As chat has said, not even the CIA can stop me. I'm back. Sorry about earlier, guys. But I'm back all the same. You don't have to worry. Oh, oops. I forgot to pause this. Because I'm here. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not going anywhere. Just while we wait for some people to come in here, because it's going to be a couple minutes probably. So recently I did a hippy dippy debate. And the reception over on Dylan's comment section has been overwhelmingly positive. Quite flattering, honestly. If we're being fair. I just want this to look good with chat. That's all I want. Maybe I'll do this. You know that? Maybe I'll do it this way. Maybe that's better, huh? That looks okay. All right, cool. So, I did this little debate here, and comments have been really nice. For once. Hunter really has improved as a debater. He ran circles around several people here. Aw, thanks. Wish we had more people talk like Hunter and Destiny and Christopher Hitchens on abortion. Oh, thanks. I think. Christopher Hitchens. Destiny? That's cool. That's cool with me. I'm pretty sure Demon Machine has beaten someone to a pulp for bumping into them accidentally in the last 6 months. Yeah, true. Jesus, she pisses me off. What's this too? He didn't actually agree with that position. He just wanted to bring it up so that we could all think. That was such an awkward part on my end. Hunter accusing a panelist of being smug and looking for a gotcha is the height of hypocrisy. Did I accuse... I did say he was smugly backpedaling. That's true. Hunter deserves scorn and laughter for being an obvious grifting moron. Oof, you got me. All right, hold on. I think Welcome. I think I finally know how we can make this stream look cool again. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. It would have to be a media source. I know I have it in here somewhere. Hold on. Don't I have a stream folder? Hunter's improved and I'm happy for that. Damn, Hunter fucking killed it. Man, I got a lot of positive feedback there, huh? Excuse me. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to just give this one up. I had a really good idea for what would look good, but photos. Thank you for the follow. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna. Okay, now this looks kind of good, huh? We'll make it nice and slow, so it's. Or what would happen if we spread it out? That makes it look too quick. That looks just right. All right, cool. And then we put that at the very bottom. Ta-da! Now we have a complete stream. Look at this. I'm now bigger and better. And more beautiful than ever. Ooh. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Voice too low and the alerts are too loud is what I'm hearing. Testing, 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 testing. Is that better? Hunter, when will you gain subs? I don't know. Lately, I've just been gaining TikTok followers. That's how lame I am. All right, someone wants to talk. Hold on. The audio is okay. Yeah, the audio is. I think it's fine now. Hello. Come on, man. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you want to talk about vaccines?
Yeah, I was just wondering. So you said you were vegan, right?
Yeah.
That's basically why I'm against the vaccines.
Why?
Because animal trials.
Yeah, I can see the contradiction there, maybe from an ethical standpoint, but to be completely fair, I think that you have to recognize when it's okay to compromise certain ethics. So, like, for example, like, I think that it's okay that they. Well, no, let me retract that. It would be ideal if they didn't have to do animal testing, but unfortunately, that's the way things are right now, and I'm willing to compromise that belief that I have that I would prefer they don't do animal testing. I'm willing to compromise that for the sake, for the greater good, in this case, of me actually having immunity to COVID. If that makes sense.
I see what you're saying, but from a purely philosophical standpoint, like I'm a deontologist, so I think that regardless that the act of just exploiting any sentient being is wrong.
So you would be okay with it if it was only done with human trials that like consented to doing it?
No, I mean if our only option is to like exploit sentient beings, because I still think that humans giving consent would still not be justified.
Why?
Well, because you're exploiting the human.
How are you exploiting them if they're consenting to it? If you put them through a medical trial that they consent to? Usually they're
Yeah, I
compensated for
still
that
feel
as
like,
well, right?
or maybe it's not exploitation, but it's just more so like the risk of harming them.
But don't they take that risk if they consensually agree to it?
Yeah, I don't think that like you can necessarily consent to something you don't know the possible outcomes of.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can see how we can get down the philosophical path there, but at the end of the day, this is how it works right now, and it's safer to test medication on animals than it is to test it on humans, and I think that's, unfortunate. I would prefer it be more of a like consensual I don't know how they would be able to do it other than that, but it's kind of a necessary evil in this case because we need to be able to make sure the medication is safe for the overall good and health for humans.
The only problem is that I think that we can focus more on like repurposed drugs instead of vaccines as like a one size fits all.
What do you mean, like essential oils or something?
No, like repurposed established drugs that can be used for like anti or that have antiviral properties.
Like ivermectin?
Yeah, that's one. There's also like other ones approved by the FDA.
Stop. Why would we do that when we have very solid data and evidence showing that the vaccine's really effective?
I'm saying again, philosophically speaking, that would be a drug that doesn't exploit like a sentient being. So
What do you mean? We don't know if it's safe for COVID, so everyone taking it then would be exploiting themselves because they don't know the possible outcomes.
no, what we know is that there's no like possible harmful outcomes, generally speaking, because of the years of research that's gone on into these certain drugs. We can talk about ivermectin, for example. I don't really advocate for ivermectin because I don't think that it's generally good for protecting against COVID or
Hmm.
um, treating COVID, but I think that there's other drugs that can be repurposed if the funding was put towards them instead of the vaccine.
Like, like hydrochloroquine.
No, like monoclonal antibodies.
So you think that you've just like cracked the code here, that there's actually like a better answer out there to solving COVID, but the World Health Organization and all those people just got it wrong? Like,
I
what's
mean,
the
I'm not saying they
inference
got it
here?
wrong. Yeah, I just say it doesn't really fit in my worldview. Or
Well,
typically vegans' worldviews.
no, I disagree. I think that even as a vegan, you have to recognize that there are absolutely times where you have to bite the bullet and recognize like there's another aspect of vaccines that use animal products as well. I think I forget what they're called. I think they're called like blood crabs or something. It's really weird. Um, they use them to test the vaccine for possible chemicals, and that's really unfortunate too. I think that that's pretty gross, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things that's just a necessary evil. It's almost like saying I'm not going to buy a shirt because I know that it was made by child labor in China. Like you you have to be able to purchase clothes at the end of the day. You have to be able to do certain things that, although that might not be entirely ethical or fit entirely in your worldview, when it comes to something like the vaccine, I say the vaccine should take precedent there for sure.
Well, there's always the option of like the lesser of two evils, and even if that's not an option, there's still always going to be the option to not act. So that's like kind of like the deontological standpoint or framework. So like obviously, like if my only options are to buy shirts that were generated through exploitation of child labor, I can also have the option of not buying those shirts, creating my own shirts.
But you don't have the option to create your own medicine.
Yeah, but I can use medicine that's not, that didn't exploit anyone.
But didn't all medicine at one point exploit someone in order to be created?
Um, I guess some medicines, but not all medicine.
So is there something specific about like ivermectin that hasn't been used or exploited with someone?
I think ivermectin as a substance probably has exploited people because it's been used in trials, but I still think that ivermectin didn't ivermectin come from like the ground? Wasn't it a bacteria?
I don't know. I'm just asking you if you. It just this sounds absolutely bizarre to me. Like people who consensually agree to going like undergo trials or participate in medical clinical trials. It's not. I don't see how that's so immoral here.
I don't think it's. entirely immoral. I'm just saying if they consent to something not knowing the possible outcomes, then it could be immoral. I think because this kind of extends to
Then that would
my
cut.
abortion stance. If someone doesn't know the possible outcome of the act they're committing, then they shouldn't be held accountable for the results or the outcome of that act.
Okay. Um. Yeah. I
So,
just.
given that framework, like it would just be weird to say that someone consenting to a trial, not knowing the possible outcomes,
But that's part of the
is okay.
agreement. They understand in doing so that we're going to be gauging for like possible outcomes.
Yeah, but again, specifically with the COVID vaccines, everyone who participated in the clinical trials, there was no possible way to know the outcomes of
So
adverse
then
reactions, and we still don't know the
is it
possible
always
outcomes.
immoral to have sex because you can never know the outcomes of that? You could get pregnant, you could get an STD.
It's always immoral to have sex if you're not procreating. Yeah,
Buddy, it's okay. It's wait. Can you say that again? I just want to get that on record.
yeah, like you shouldn't have sex. It's immoral to have sex if you're not procreating, because that I subscribe to natural law theory. So anything that is in nature is what ought to be for humanity.
So what about rape?
Yeah, I don't think that that applies here.
How does it not? Rape happens in the animal kingdom all the time.
No, any so basically, um, my position is that through nature or through divine power is what nature is how nature guides us as humans. So like God has given certain aspects of nature that must be abided by humans.
Well, it's good to know that you're not going to be homophobic then, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not homophobic.
You're cool with the gays?
Yeah,
Yeah, are you a troll?
no.
How are you doing today? How's your
So
day
like,
been?
what's your philosophical point of view on this subject?
I just think that what you're saying right now sounds absolutely delusional. Like, we don't derive our morals from nature. That's not at all how we function. And if we did, the world would be absolutely chaos.
You can't make like a normative claim like that
Why?
because you're not able to justify your meta ethics if
If
that's
you're,
your position.
it doesn't, okay, hold on. Don't go full, philosophy student on me here.
I know you don't really engage in those type of conversations. I'll steer away from them.
You're right. I don't usually. That, to be fair, I don't. But I think that, if we were deriving our morals from nature, then seriously, how can you not justify rape then? Because if
No,
it's
so
immoral to have, actually, you know what? I could even say if it's immoral to have sex outside of procreation, then rape would it be justified in your worldview?
no, it's not everything that is through nature. It's just what's like given through nature by divine power.
What the
So it's
fuck
like
does that
divine
mean?
command theory. So basically, there are outcomes in nature that are generated that would still be immoral in my worldview because of the natural process of free will and how humans interact with each other.
Okay, so
So,
give me an example of what would be something that
well,
we'd
the
still
one you
be.
brought up with rape. So I don't think that that is inherent to humanity as given to us by God. It's something that we ought to do. It's just something that humans have, you know, done using their free will through like in like tribal situations, and I don't think that that's justified. And there's other things too, like killing and stealing. Like in some situations, these things were seemed or deemed as beneficial.
It sounds kind of like you have a caveat there. So it's only if for humanity to exist, but you have to procreate in order for humanity to exist. So what if no one will consent to having sex with you? Then would rape be justified?
No, it would not. It doesn't need. All I'm saying is that you should only have sex because that is what's in nature to procreate.
Okay, so I'm asking with that mindset right there, how does that not justify rape in the context of someone won't first consent?
So someone at first won't consent.
If they
So
won't
you're asking if
consent,
it would
if
be justifiable to
you're
rape
saying
them.
morally through nature, our job is to procreate. So if you ask someone to have sex and they say no, then is it morally okay to rape them?
No, not at all. I don't think you understand. What I'm saying is that like the act of having sex should only be intended to procreate. I'm not saying that morally, humanity is like our goal is to procreate. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like the act of having sex is only intended to procreate.
So what if someone rapes their wife? Is that morally okay? Because their goal is to
No,
procreate in that case.
no situations of rape or coercion are morally justified.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
has to be consensual.
So this is where you get your ideas from the vaccine stuff?
Well, we kind of steered away from that topic.
That's true. We did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to
What
figure
about
out
the fact
how
that like animals also have sex for pleasure?
we aren't animals. We're separate.
But how do you determine what parts of nature are the good parts and then the parts that you throw out? We don't wear clothes. That's not natural. Shitting on the toilet isn't natural.
No, so if we can presuppose that sentience and consciousness are achieved at some levels for all beings, all living beings, um, then we can say that like humans have reasonably achieved higher levels of sentience and or consciousness because no one really understands what consciousness is than animals. So human beings have achieved a higher level of that than animals. The problem is I still don't think that we should treat these animals differently, but I also don't think that we should um, like act in ways that other animals act because they have lower levels of consciousness than we do.
So what does the nature part have to do with it? What part of nature does God show us?
So I think you brought up like if animals are doing something, is that okay for us to do it? That would be the explanation as to why not.
Hmm. Okay. I don't really know where to take this because it just sounds like you're just yeah. Chat's calling it well. They said I think Hunter's gonna say what the fuck a lot during this conversation.
The problem is like I feel like you're not really true to your position about veganism,
How
but I
so?
haven't heard you state your position.
What do you mean? I want to
Well,
improve life for all sentient beings, and that extends to animals. But I also
okay.
recognize that in the case of the vaccine, extending life for all sentient beings sometimes includes using medicine. And unfortunately, like I said earlier, it is a necessary evil to test on animals. We have to make sure that the medicine is safe before having humans undergo clinical trials.
So you do value humans more than animals.
In this instance, yeah, sure.
Okay. So what if
I
the
value that
animal
the
testing?
hold on. I recognize that humans absolutely, like you said, have a higher level of sentience and consciousness than animals, but I still think that generally I want to see life better, like I said, for all sentient beings. But yeah, in the case of vaccine testing, it's a necessary evil, and yeah, I think that if they have less sentience, then it's like what I don't know what else you would propose. That's the problem. If there was like an alternative that was like, hey, we don't need to be testing on animals, then maybe I'd be like, okay, let me hear you out here. But it sounds just like a necessary evil here.
So I would say that we most likely don't need medicine in general, for most of our issues, because if you look at unless you believe the lab leak theory, if you look at like how the origins of this virus came to be, and most other like corona or COVID type viruses, it's through like animals, right? So if everyone was vegan, we wouldn't have these issues. And even if we did, just being like a whole foods plant based eater would generate better outcomes for people
I don't think
having
it's fair to say that being vegan would have stopped COVID.
why.
Because it's just I'm sorry. It's just what about the medicine that like has lent to eradicating diseases like polio?
Yeah, I mean the first polio vaccine was really bad. It hurt a lot of children and left them paralyzed, and it's because the institutions rushed it too much. And I'm afraid these type of things will continue to happen if we don't try and stop viruses from ever harming humanity in the first place by just preventing people from eating animals.
I'm trying to fact check you on this. if there was children that were paralyzed after taking the polio vaccine
The
in
first polio
mass.
vaccine, it had to be recalled. This is why people don't trust the WHO in all instances.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. The tainted polio vaccine. So this is like a classic one time they made a mistake and therefore we can't trust them ever again type thing. With mistakes, these institutions usually offer some pretty solid follow ups to ameliorate said mistake. So in the 1950s, yes, they made a mistake and maybe rushed the vaccine here. But what we're seeing here with COVID, that is not the case. This wasn't really rushed. In fact, coronavirus and a vaccine for it has been honestly studied for a while. That's part of the reason why they were able to develop the vaccine as quick as they did as well.
Well, the problem I think is that the institution or the companies that would have originally been researching and developing mRNA vaccines in the past just didn't have the incentive to do so because there just wasn't a pandemic, and now they do. So you can't, like, no one can make a claim that these vaccines are just generally safe and effective when it's a completely new technology.
That's not true.
It's
We
been
do know that
studied
it's
for.
safe and effective thus far. And we can see that so far this is greatly reducing the risk of getting COVID. And when you do, it reduces the risk of you dying from COVID. This is an empirically provable thing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you can't make the claim that these are generally safe
Yes, you can.
because
You
no,
absolutely can. You look at it from an
because
empirical sense. You look at the majority of the hospitalizations are unvaccinated, and then you put two and two together. You can also see how the vaccine actually goes to build up your immunity to the virus.
what I'm saying is that we don't have any like double blind long term like controlled trials
Okay, this is
that
what you
that can
guys
test for
always
the
say.
like
First of
safety of
all,
the
this is
vaccine.
what you guys always say. First of all, the mRNA vaccines have been being studied since I think 2013. I believe it was in 2013 when the first human clinical trial began undergoing. So we do have some fairly decent long-term studies when it comes to this type of vaccine. Second of all, that logic could just as easily apply to COVID. We don't know the long-term negative effects of COVID. And from what we do know, the long-term negative effects can be erection disorder. You can have a problem with your lungs. So you can't use that logic with the vaccine when it honestly applies exactly the same with COVID.
Yeah, no, I'm not applying that logic to COVID though, because there are treatments which can literally eradicate the disease that don't have nearly any potential side effects, like monoclonal antibodies. So like that is something that is widely available in some states, and if you get the disease, then you can um, completely eradicate it from your body using that. I don't think we need to
That's
push
not
the
always
vaccine.
true. That does not always work for some diseases. It didn't work with polio, and it doesn't always work with COVID-19. It can help sometimes, perhaps, but we can't. What's your solution then? Just
No,
everybody just gets COVID?
no, that's not what I'm proposing. What I'm saying though is that this is empirically being proven to have like, I don't know the exact percentage of efficacy, but it's very high compared to the vaccine.
Sure, I know what you're talking about. There was something that showed that getting COVID previously gives you a stronger immunity to the Delta variant than the COVID vaccine or something like that. Which, okay, fine. Good for the people that got COVID. What about the people that haven't got COVID yet? And what about the people that get COVID and die from it? So
Yeah, I
what's
don't think that the
what's the point of
vaccine is a
bringing that
one
up then?
size. I don't think the vaccine is a one size fits all that will just protect any and everyone.
It is
There's
though, and
new
it's been
there's new
shown
evidence.
to.
Well, no, there's new evidence emerging that having like an unhealthy and sedentary lifestyle and getting vaccinated will actually reduce the efficacy of the vaccine.
Even if it
And
reduces
just
the
in,
efficacy, it doesn't matter. It's still effective overall in reducing the rate of contracting COVID. Even if it was only 50%, I don't care. People on this chat, even who might be skeptical, might not believe this, but even the fucking flu vaccine sometimes varies from like 20% efficacy to 50% or 60% efficacy. So I reject this wholeheartedly. That's like, oh, what are we? So your solutions thus far have been everybody either gets COVID or what? We all go to the gym to exercise and work out? Like what?
well, ideally, learning from this pandemic moving forward, I think that it should be pushed more for like just general health and everyone eating more plant-based and stuff, because that, I mean, there is evidence that that alone will help
You're
reduce
being
your
like the
risk of
swarmy
severe.
vegan right now because it's like
No,
100%
because
true. No, 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 because it's true that, yeah, people can stand to eat more healthy. I agree with that sentiment, but that's not a proper response to what we're dealing with COVID.
of course it's not a proper response in the moment, but what I'm
Then why are
saying
you
is
giving
that
it
if
as
you
a
have a vaccine,
response?
a response would be a treatment or using repurposed drugs. And then for the next pandemic, we can maybe try and push for a healthy lifestyle and tax junk foods like they do in the UK. And we can just try and ostracize eating animal products from society. And that'll help prevent the next pandemic in general. And by the time it comes around, everyone will be like have a lower risk of developing severe illness. That's the
This
whole
sounds
idea with
like
the vaccine.
you know what this reminds me of is how like the communists talk about like their perfect utopia where no one has to work and everybody can sit back and get like foot rubs from Jeff Bezos all day. This sounds like the vegan utopia here. We can all just magically all eat plant-based and that'll eradicate the future pandemics. Bruh, no. That I agree that more people eating plant-based is great and good and should be encouraged, but that is a long-term solution. The vaccine is a present day fix to the problem.
I don't think it's a long term solution. This can be implemented as a present day fix. We have the technology and the resources to push this to people. People are
Push
being
what?
like, when the start of the pandemic happened, people were forced into lockdowns, and they were just the obesity rates have skyrocketed, and people are just living sedentary and unhealthy lifestyles since the start of the pandemic. This could have been addressed at the start and been promoted before the vaccines were rolled out, and it probably would have resulted in reduced severe illness, because we're seeing that the vaccines don't even prevent you from getting COVID. It just reduces your chance of developing severe
What do you
illness.
mean? What? Yeah, of course it reduces your risk of getting COVID. What do you? Of course it does.
But do I have to reference Israel? Like there's other communities, vaccinated communities, where like in New York, I think there's like one community in New York that was over 90% vaccinated, and now
Yeah,
they're
but here's the thing. You can look at those places in New York and even in fucking Israel and you can see an uptick in cases, but they're not dying from those cases. They're far less severe cases. So the vaccine
yeah.
is doing its job ultimately.
Wait, but that's not directly related or correlated to the vaccine at all, because I can find this study that the Delta variant in specific has a 0.2% case fatality rate in unvaccinated communities.
Is this from the
So in
Fox
Florida,
News
for example,
preprint thing?
no, this, I mean, what are you talking about?
Is it from the 42% effective against Delta variant study?
No, it's just looking at the Delta variant case fatality rate compared to the Alpha variant.
So what does this prove?
That the Delta variant, and just as many virologists have explained, viruses get less deadly over time and get more contagious. It's beneficial to through evolution for them to do that.
They get less deadly but more contagious?
Typically, and there's
It
no
doesn't that
like
you can't prove that, whereas we know that the vaccine reduces the risk of actually dying from COVID because we can track the people that get COVID and then how their symptoms escalate. And the vaccine has
so
been
do
shown
monoclonal antibodies.
what does that mean? If you get the vaccine, if you get the virus first?
If you get the virus and in 2 days after getting the virus you
It
get monoclonal antibodies, let's just use that as an
it
example.
doesn't
You're gonna
matter
have
because
no.
some
It
people
does
can't
not.
afford to get the virus to begin with.
What are you talking about? Typically, when someone gets the virus, they're not going to die 2 days into developing the disease.
Okay, so walk me through this process here, please.
Yeah, so in like certain states, like Florida, for example, you can test positive for. You don't even have to test positive for COVID. You just can, have symptoms, and on day zero of having symptoms, you can schedule a free monoclonal antibody, um, like test or visit, and you just go and get the treatment, and it completely eradicates. It has like upwards of 80% efficacy at eradicating the
What's it
virus.
called?
Monoclonal antibodies. I don't know why things like treatments and alternative medicines repurposed drugs are not being pushed more than the vaccine, and the vaccine's being like seen as like a one size fits all for everyone.
All right, hold
It
on.
doesn't make
I'm
sense.
wait. We're not going to go too much further than this because I'm going to look this up more because this looks like it's hold on. If you've tested positive for Okay, sure. So monoclonal antibody treatment. Some early evidence suggests that that treatment can reduce the amount of SARS-CoV-2 virus in a person's system. This amount is known as a viral load. Having a lower viral load means you have milder symptoms, thereby decreasing the likelihood of you needing to stay in the hospital. So your solution is to just let everybody get COVID? I'm just confused because you realize that if you get vaccinated and then you're less likely to spread COVID, you're less likely to get COVID. You're less likely to die from COVID. I'm not sure what the point of this is. They're just supposed to get COVID and then go get some of the antibody treatments. It sounds like this is for
Well,
people that
everything you
already get
just
it.
said can be. We can use other drugs and treatments to like apply to everything you just said. So we can use, let's say, ivermectin as a prophylaxis, which means to prevent getting COVID. In some studies, it has shown effective. And in India, that's what they were using widespread to prevent the disease. And we can also use treatments like monoclonal antibodies
A
and
new CDC
uh,
study finds mRNA COVID-19 vaccines authorized by the FDA reduce the risk of infection by 91% for fully vaccinated people.
wait, aren't they saying that there's waning effectiveness or like for people who got the
The
vaccine
risk of
early on?
initially getting it, they're saying it lowers it
Yeah, or
significantly.
yeah,
This is
that's what I
from
mean.
June
There's
7th.
okay, but why are they now pushing like booster shots?
Well, because sometimes that's necessary, especially for an evolving virus like this.
Yeah, so again, it's evolving, so we understand that the vaccines are not nearly as effective in terms of like getting the virus.
That's
We
not
just know that
true.
they're
They
still.
are effective. They reduce the risk of getting the infection to begin with.
So okay, what happened in Israel?
I already told you. They may have got it more, but at the end of the day, it still prevented them from actually dying in the hospital. I don't entirely
Yeah.
know. It could be the Delta variant. I would have to
Okay,
look
so what
into
you
it
just
more,
said
but
doesn't stand. Like we saw like widespread breakthrough cases in Israel. I mean, yeah, the hospitalizations were down, but
there you go. Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm just saying that it's losing its capability to prevent contracting the disease in the
Well, it
first place.
does. The efficacy does wane, but I can send you this article here that goes from Healthline.com that compiles a bunch of different studies that have found varying results. So some found really positive results, where some found the lowest one I think was 30% or 40%. Um, but according to an analysis carried out by Public Health England, 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine appear to be about 88% effective against symptomatic disease and 96% effective against hospitalization with the Delta variant. The same study suggested that the vaccine was approximately 80% effective against preventing infection from the Delta variant. Scientists came to this conclusion after analyzing 14,000 people with an infection. Vaccines had a protective effect against infections with Delta, and hospital cases were milder, the study found. So that's just one study on this list of like.
Yeah, so what if I have a meta-analysis here? It's a meta-analysis of 15 trials, which found that ivermectin reduced the risk of death compared with no ivermectin usage.
When was this
Um,
done?
huh?
When was this done? What was the
When?
date on? Yeah, like what was the date on that?
April 25th to 2021.
Yeah, so I know about this. This started out very much. Ivermectin did start out. That's what's kind of started the spur, right? Was there were some trials at the beginning that started to show promise, but soon as it continued on, it didn't really seem to be effective, at least not yet. There's a possibility that study you have could be correct. There's a complete possibility that it might actually do something to reduce the risk of COVID, but
Dignity.
what the fuck? Sorry. Something started playing on my computer. But there is a shit, I completely lost my train of thought now. But yeah. Checkmate.
There's been at least 63 trials in regards to ivermectin for use in COVID-19,
Then why isn't the
and
FDA
31
recommending it
randomized
yet?
control trials. Huh?
Then why isn't the FDA recommending it currently?
Well, because there's a clear incentive to push vaccines, right?
Why?
Well, there's a clear incentive for the companies.
What companies?
It's Pfizer and Moderna, all of them.
If there's incentives for the companies, um then why would the company that created ivermectin say it's not effective against COVID?
What company created ivermectin? No
Um,
company created. Like, are you talking about the company that like manufactured ivermectin? I think Merck or whatever.
yeah, Merck.
Yeah, that doesn't. They didn't. Ivermectin was founded way before that company was manufacturing. Doesn't mean
So,
that they
but
are like the
but
sole founders of ivermectin, but you do have um, people who pioneered the technology who have been discredited in regards to mRNA vaccines. So Dr. Malone and
what does
other
that have to
people
do?
who were
I'm
just
talking about this ivermectin maker says there's no basis in using it for COVID-19. In a statement on Sunday, Merck said analysis has shown that there's no scientific basis for a potential therapeutic effect against COVID-19 from preclinical studies. No meaningful evidence for clinical activity. So there are studies being done. It's possible that it might play a role in something. I don't know. But I don't think that we should just start popping these things hoping that it's right based on one study when we have a vaccine that's FDA
no there's
approved.
there's multiple meta-analyses, okay, on the use of ivermectin as a prophylaxis and reducing severe COVID illness. But the same logic that you're applying can be applied to the vaccine, because are you going to discredit Dr. Malone, who came out against the mRNA technology, saying that this
Wasn't he
isn't
from like
something
the
we should be pushing?
70s or something? He hasn't worked in these companies. I thought, hasn't he not worked in these companies for years?
No, he helped pioneer like the mRNA technology.
So what? Just if you help pioneer, it doesn't mean that you're an expert on every single aspect of it. And I thought that he left. I thought he hasn't worked with any pharmaceutical company in years.
No, I agree with you. We shouldn't rely on one individual's, no matter who they are or who they worked for. We shouldn't rely on one individual's input for a situation like this, which is why I don't know why you're using the same logic
Oh,
for
for the
Merck.
because
Yeah.
you said the companies were all lobbying to try to make money, and there was a clear incentive. So I'm saying, why is this company saying it's not effective for COVID? There's a clear incentive for this company right here to make money.
No, because well, even if there was an incentive for the company to or for the company to like manufacture ivermectin, and um, they had like the finances to conduct widespread studies, the drug ivermectin in itself is not profitable compared to the vaccine.
How so? Isn't the vaccine free?
Yeah, no, but the governments would buy the vaccine, right? Just like they would buy ivermectin.
Our government.
It's free to the individual.
Let's look this
The
up.
ivermectin is very cheap.
Let's see. So the Moderna vaccine's development was subsidized by the U.S. government, and it will cost the U.S. about $15 a dose. All right, hold on. I'm not sure I'm able to. Wait, what? I'm seeing that the
Hey Hunter, I have a
U.S.
question.
agreed to buy 500 million Pfizer vaccine doses to
Hunter,
distribute
I have a
to.
question.
What's up?
When you worked for TP USA, did you meet Charlie?
I didn't work for TPUSA.
You didn't work for TP USA.
No, I did a speech for one of their events, but I was never like formally hired with them. No, but I did meet Charlie Kirk one time very briefly.
Does he have a big cranium?
Yeah. um I'm sorry, dude. I'm not seeing any proof of that for what you're saying. I'm seeing actually that the US agreed to buy 500 million Pfizer vaccine doses. So if anything, I'm seeing the US is paying for this. So I don't understand where the incentive is. I guess is Pfizer incentivizing this? Is Pfizer secretly lobbying the government to approve their vaccine? Like, do you realize how this doesn't really seem to have any basis in reality, whereas a much more realistic belief is that there is a vaccine that was developed quickly, thank goodness, due to evolving technology that's been shown to be effective against COVID? Why is that so hard to grasp?
There's kind of like a social incentive, kind of like how you went from the right to the left on YouTube. So there's like that incentive there because you know that there'd be more people who would agree with you.
What do you mean? More
Like
people to
basically
agree-
what I just said.
Wait, more people to agree with me for what?
Like you would have more simps basically.
Oh, so
And
you're
Pfizer
saying that
probably
I'm
thought the same
lying
thing.
because I want more people to agree with me in my chat?
No, you basically like jump ship and switch your positions and change your values because you would have more simps, and that's just kind of the same idea with Pfizer.
Oh, so are we going to just take this all of a sudden into like an ad hom attack and call me a grifter? Is that what this is?
Well, no, I mean you are a grifter, but that's not where I was trying to go with it. I was just using it as like a, like just drawing a.
So is that why you came on here, to be like a swarmy, stuck-up vegan to look down on people that actually need to take medication to survive? Is that what this is all about?
Well,
Then
I'm not looking down on people who need to take medication. To
just and then
survive.
just so after 30 minutes of us chatting and after you get like fact checked and blown out of the water on every point, now all of a sudden I'm just a stupid grifter.
Whoa, I don't know why you're being so rude, Hunter.
I'm being rude because, well, hold on. What do you mean, why am I being rude? You're the one that just levied the grifter attack against me, as if you haven't heard me
Well,
argue against that one
It's
before.
completely based in empirical evidence, though. I mean, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, we can.
Yeah, sure. Let's go down that rabbit
Yeah, no,
hole.
it's completely based in empirical evidence.
What is? Me being a grifter?
Yeah, let me go ahead and watch your video real quick. Why I left the right. It's a nice play on words, by the way.
Wait, we're going to listen to you watch a 30-minute video?
No.
So let me understand something. I'm a grifter because why? A grifter is someone who dishonestly changes their beliefs for money, fame, some kind of gain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what
would
have I
say
gained?
So can we presuppose that you changed your beliefs?
What do you mean?
Like, is that too much of like, am I strawmanning you, or did you change your beliefs?
Yes, my beliefs changed.
Okay. How many like net subscribers did you gain after changing your beliefs?
I don't know. I lost like 80,000.
Wait, do you know how many you had at the time that you were conservative?
Yeah, it was almost to 670,000.
Okay. I would argue that
And now I'm at 570,000 or 580,000. So I've lost actually closer to 100,000 now. So
yeah, I would argue that you've actually gained more financial net benefit switching your beliefs. So that would make
really,
you,
how's that?
empirically speaking,
how's
a
that
grifter.
the case?
Well, I looked you up on Social Blade.
Yeah, what does my Social Blade say?
Yeah, you have gained like more net income since you've changed since that video actually.
What are you
Just like
talking about?
in
Probably because I
proportion
posted more.
No, it's in proportion to what you were making before that video.
All right, here's how we're going to go through this, because I don't know what you're on, but if you want to go and look at my videos, the individual views are not very high, and that's how you make a lot of ad revenue. And I can tell you, I'm not making a lot. Dude, what are you talking about? My Social Blade estimates 11,000 a year.
Hold on. I have more. So not only
Guys, Hunter Girl, hold on, wait. I just want everyone to know that this big brain vegan righteous man over here wants to let everybody know Hunter's grifting for $984 a month. You got me.
I don't know why you're calling me a man, Hunter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I assume your gender? You want to go down that route too? You really are a disingenuous little fuck.
I don't know why you're. Yeah. If you want to just stick, I don't want you to get canceled. You want to just stick to like the main.
You're really disingenuous. But why don't you, if you really want to go down this road?
So the second thing would be that you're obviously not. You don't hold the values of like a vegan, and not to say that it's like
really
a vegan needs to hold a certain value, but you're just contradictory.
How?
Which would make you a grifter.
How am I? Wait. Hold on. Stop. That's not actually what the definition of grifter is. So no, that wouldn't. Being contradictory is actually not what being a grifter is. Being a grifter, for example, would be if I were up here saying, "Hey guys, I'm a vegan, and you should be vegan too, and this is why being a vegan is good." And then behind the scenes, I was being paid by like a meat company. That would be being a grifter. Or if I were actually authentically a vegan and then I was paid by McDonald's to advertise some Big Macs, so I stopped becoming a vegan. That would be a grifter.
Wait, what if you claim to be a vegan so that you can gain more net profit off
How
of
am
it?
I not a vegan?
And-
Why would I wait?
and
Why
then-
would I change my own personal behind the scenes diet for what? A couple more subs? I'm gonna not eat a burger anymore or do you think I'm not actually
No,
vegan behind the scenes?
I'm saying philosophically speaking. You've contradicted your self-proclaimed veganism
How?
values
Because of the vaccine thing?
by just advocating for not just the vaccine, but just advocating for other things on your channel.
Like?
Well, I believe you're a sock dem, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you would be okay with continuing to exploit the animal agriculture system through capitalism
No.
until we
I think
reach
that you can.
a level of socialism, which at
You
which
don't
point
need, okay, so now we need socialism in order to no longer eat meat. Am I hearing that correctly?
we would need to go further than that. Yeah, I'm a Marxist-Leninist Maoist.
No, you're a troll and a LARPer, and you're brain dead. So
I think you're a bit of a LARPer.
Really? Because you don't even know what the
Yeah.
definition of grifter is, and you're trying to call me one. Meanwhile, you pull up my social
Well,
blade, and it
seems
shows
like a
that I'm
topic
making
that you're very
11,000 a
sensitive
year.
about.
No, it's not a sensitive. It's not a topic I'm sensitive about. It's a topic that I'm sick of discussing because disingenuous fucks like you come on here and then they levy this claim, and I've debunked the grifter thing like 80 times in a row, but still, dum-dums like you show up to use it once again.
I mean, it's just based on empirical evidence, though.
It's not, though. It is not.
So, like, you're obviously you just said to me you're a sock dem, so you were by that definition not a vegan.
Really?
Because you're arguing for an economic system which still promotes the exploitation of
That's
animal
not true. I
agriculture.
don't think that you need socialism in order for people to no longer eat meat. I think that if the
No, you don't need
market's there and the
socialism.
incentives are there, that we
You
can actually
need
change that.
communism.
Ah, we need communism. Okay, really?
Yeah, I said I'm a Marxist-Leninist Maoist.
Okay, yeah. Or you're just a troll. I'll see you later, buddy.
Oh, so you're gonna take the L?
No, I'm not gonna take the L.
You're a grifter.
But yeah, I can tell you one thing. If you're a
And
vegan,
when
then
you were
can-
a conservative,
you know what? I
you
don't
had
care if
better
you're a
facial-
vegan. I guess you're just gonna have to eat meat and suck my dick. All right,
you
bye.
missed-
I don't know if that guy was a fucking troll or not, but holy shit. I hate these people. All right. Average channel. Thank you for the 179. Respect from across the pond, my friend. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Beautiful last words. Oh, I know. Thank you. Okay. Hold on. Troll vibes. Yeah, really. Let's see here. At least that guy wasn't as insane as Mike from PA. Whew, I don't know, but that was a fucking rough one. All right. So, let's have a little comic relief now, and let's catch up with our good buddy, Alex Jones. I feel like I just talked to, like, the child of Alex Jones, but I don't know. Alex Jones has gone off the deep end with the ivermectin crowd as well because, well, of course, he's Alex Jones. He's just this stupid, apparently. But okay, let's go ahead and see what Alex Jones is up to.
Care, people. Overhead shot, please. You know what this is? This is ivermectin for humans that won a Nobel Prize as an antiviral. And this is inhalable, or these are the tablet steroids.
Inhalable? What? Oh, my COVID is gone. Holy shit, Walter White, that's good.
Let me show you. I was going to do this anyways earlier. See this?
Oh, no.
See this, Fauci? You see this, Bill Gates? I'm going to kill those prions, you bastard murderers. You're going to hit me with a bioweapon, you monster. You want to suppress me? You want to kill me, you son of a bitch? You goddamn demon? You think I'm easy to kill? Think I'm going to roll over to your crap?
Dude, if anything's going to kill Alex Jones, it's the diabetes.
And Joe Rogan kicked your murdering ass, too. You'd love to bury him, too, you little monster maggot. He's in this National Geographic piece about, oh, I don't use it.
Holy shit. So I've heard a lot of conservatives spreading this one. They're like, ivermectin, it's won a Nobel Prize. It's also available for humans, you know. Ivermectin isn't just a horse paste. And okay, credit where credit's due. It's not just a fucking horse paste. And also, credit where credit's due, it did win a Nobel Prize for being a deworming medication. And that's it. You can look right here from nobelprize.org and read all about it. For their discoveries concerning a novel therapy against infections caused by roundworm parasites. So that's what it was for. It was designed. It's the whole Nobel Peace Prize, whole Nobel Prize article is focusing on parasites and the devastating effects of parasites and why this Nobel Prize was given for the sake of parasites. Jeez. It is not that hard.
I deal with my enemies right away. I get them later. Yeah, you creep up on with a poison injection, dressed up in a lab coat, you little Joseph Mengele, Nuremberg Code violating monster. You damn monster.
Didn't we already go over the Nuremberg Code? Remember what I told you. Whenever you can just Google it. Whenever you can just Google it and the top thing that comes up is a blatant fact check saying it's false, then you know that you're probably getting the most truth imaginable from Alex Jones. The Nuremberg Code was primarily about not doing experiments on people. The vaccine is not experimental. They've gone through clinical trials. So no.
See our little cancer proteins like that. Nobel Prize winning for humans. 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 What, 2005? Nobel Prize winning for humans.
Holy shit.
Joe Rogan.
I think he snorted something before doing this.
Joe Rogan. He went and drank the horse paste. He's stupid. I bet he got it from Alex Jones. They're both so dumb. They're both going to be dead. Yeah, that's why Joe's worth like $300 million. Yeah, he's real stupid. That's why he lives in a $60 million house on the river.
What? You hear that? This just in. Apparently, if you're rich, you can't be stupid. Holy shit. What are we going to say to Jake Paul and Donald Trump?
You leftists taking all the shots and dying are the dumbasses. He's the one that headlines with Dave Chappelle. Not you. You're stupid.
What?
And I sure wish you'd wake up.
Wait, Dave Chappelle? I thought that you hate celebrities. And now that means that he's more authoritative than... Okay.
But you sit there calling me stupid, an independent media person that built the biggest independent media operation in the world, that changed the whole paradigm with my badass listeners? And you sit around and laugh at us?
Yes.
Medical doctors gave that to me. It is incredible. It helped my family. It helped me. It helped everybody. And it's approved for humans for all sorts of viral stuff. But that murderer Fauci doesn't want you to know because he wants the planet for himself and he wants you dead. Well, guess what, Fauci? We ain't rolling over and dying so easily, you little murderer.
Jesus Christ. God, help my ears for this. Like I was saying to that guy, like it's possible that maybe it'll be proven effective, but right now, the FDA's made it pretty clear that you should not use ivermectin to treat or prevent COVID-19. So the FDA has not authorized or approved ivermectin for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals. Currently available data do not show ivermectin is effective against COVID-19. Clinical trials assessing ivermectin tablets for the prevention and treatment are ongoing. Wait, where did that? Is this it? So it looks like there's some clinical trials ongoing still. Taking large doses of ivermectin is dangerous. If your healthcare provider writes you an ivermectin prescription, fill it through a legitimate source such as a pharmacy and take it exactly as prescribed. What happens if you take too much of it? What's going to happen to Alex Jones? Even the levels of ivermectin for approved human uses can interact with other medications like blood thinners. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, hypotension, allergic reactions, dizziness, seizures, coma, and even death. Holy shit. Well, hey, Alex Jones, maybe you need ivermectin for your brain worms. You know? Maybe that's what this is all about. Most likely he's sitting on the toilet right now crying, vomiting, and pooping at the same exact time. And probably figuring out a way to blame Fauci or Obama for that one too. I don't understand it. Can we stop with this, like, it got a Nobel Prize? Yes, some medication is good for some things and not good for other things. Does Alex Jones have a YouTube channel? No, he doesn't. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to put it in the be right back section. I do have to go pee, and I promise I will return, okay? Just go ahead and add the chat box. Back. Be good, chat, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So we talked about Alex Jones. Wait. Why is this one called? Wait, hold on. I'm confluffled. Welcome back, Daddy. Thanks, and I brought fruit snacks. Hey, Anime Head Music Lover, thank you for the $20 donation. How generous. Hey, Hunter, didn't Joe Rogan take ivermectin to cure from COVID? He did, yeah, but I'm sure he's right now just probably feels like he took a fucking laxative. PragerU kids. Here we go. Did you guys see this? This guy apparently asked Logan Paul for a job.
It's a story.
Whoa.
I just talked to Logan Paul. I quit my job. No, wait, it's a story.
I'm interested.
It's a story. I just talked to Logan Paul.
Oh.
I mean, like, he was just being nice, and I get it. Media, whatever, he has to be nice. Before I approached him, he was bragging about making $3 million. I make $100,000 a year. I'm 22, I do make $100,000, that's cool. And I want to act. I want to do these things. I'm having a breakdown right now.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm sitting in the cast. I don't even know what to do. Like, I did come up here by myself. I do have family, but we're not the closest. And I don't have really close friends.
The fuck?
You know, there's millions of people trying to do what I'm trying to do. Just watch the clip, okay?
Did you sneak anything?
No, I didn't. I quit my job. No,
Wait,
it's a story.
I'm interested.
It's a story. I quit my job legit 2 days ago. I came up here, took a risk. I'm originally from Ohio.
Did you sneak up here?
No, I didn't sneak in here. I didn't sneak. What do you mean sneak up?
Like
here?
on stage? Or you just like?
Yes, I did.
It's one of the
did.
sneak
I'm
videos.
sorry. I just.
Did you print the ticket and stuff?
No, like, I just needed to talk to you. I'm trying
do you
to
wanna
talk to
talk
your
about?
brother. I'm trying to talk about business. Trying to talk about trying to get a job. Like, I want to do media. I've been trying to get.
What are you good at?
I was 7 dances. I did like
What's your
that.
TikTok
I did.
handle?
I did that video. You know, like going like that. Yeah, you know.
Oh, so you really got what it takes.
I don't.
Then why would I
need
give
a
you a
mentor.
job?
I need
Well,
a
why
mentor.
would I do that?
I want to be like.
This guy does not interview well.
I'm 22 years old. I'm just trying.
I bet. I can't be a mentor right now, right? In my life, I'm a fuck up myself. I need a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need
You need
to work
connections and you need people be around you,
no,
right?
No, I didn't have connections and people around. I have Jake. That's it. Do you have a brother? Do you have people? Friends?
I don't.
Friends? You got friends. You got
I
amigos.
don't.
You don't have friends?
I don't. I swear to God. I'm here by myself.
Where are you from?
I'm from Norwalk,
Bro,
Ohio.
you're a
originally.
good-looking guy, bro. You have friends, bro. You're fucking lying. You have friends. go make content. Do stuff with your friends. I'm glad you quit your job. It takes balls to do that, bro. But like now you gotta act.
Try to make a step.
Imagine getting scolded by Logan Paul. Oof. That would suck. Okay. Let's go over PragerU.
And now for a brief...
So, give you a little dislike. PragerU did a video on a short history of slavery. And, well, you can guess how that goes. It's also done with Candace Owens.
And now for a brief history of slavery.
Oh, great.
Here's the first thing you need to know.
This is going to be
Slavery
so
was
accurate.
not invented by white people. It did not start in 1619 when the first slaves came to Jamestown. It existed
Okay.
before then. It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World. In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs. The Caribs enslaved the
Okay.
Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner. Slavery existed in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. The word slave actually comes from the Slavs.
What's even the point of bringing this part up? Just so we're clear, so everybody knows, It's not just white people that did it, you know. It's not, okay? White people weren't the only ones that had slaves. Like, okay?
Eastern Europe. Millions of them, all white by the way, were captured and enslaved by Muslims in the 9th century and later by the Ottoman Turks. Slavery existed when the Roman Empire controlled the Mediterranean and most of Europe from the 1st through the 5th centuries. Slavery existed when Alexander the Great conquered Persia in the 4th century BC. It was so common that Aristotle simply considered it natural. The slave master model was just how the world operated in the great philosopher's day. Slavery existed during the time of the ancient Egyptians 5,000 years ago.
What is the point of bringing any of this up? The stream's lagging because my computer is shit. I need some more grifting money, okay? That's the truth. I just got some really generous grifting money from Joseph Filiponzo. Thank you for the $3. Hey, Hunter, user Crunch001 asked a good question. I'm curious myself to hear an answer. Relatively new here. Quick question. Is shifting away from the right emotionally freeing? As in, did you have to retain some thoughts/emotions when you were right-wing compared to now? Thanks. Kind of, yeah. I definitely feel more authentic and confident in my positions now. That's for sure. So what's the point of Candace Owens bringing all this shit up? Why though? What? I just don't did you know that white people did slavery too? Did you know that white people weren't the only ones that did slavery? Okay. Apparently,
as we can go
other people did it
we
too.
find slavery. As renowned historian John Steele Gordon notes from time immemorial, slaves were a major item of commerce. As much as a third of the population of the ancient world was enslaved. Here's the second thing you need to know. White people were the first to formally put an end to slavery. In 1833, Britain was the first country in the history of the world to pass a Slavery Abolition Act. They were quickly followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery.
No, this isn't even true. This is just a historical bullshit right here. Holy fuck. First, was it nation to Haiti? Haiti formally declared independence from France in 1804 and became the first sovereign nation in the Western Hemisphere to unconditionally abolish slavery in the modern era. What? They're not even trying. White people actually ended slavery. Because if you ignore Haiti, then it was white people.
Followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery in her many colonies. Then, of course, came the 13th Amendment in the United States Constitution. After centuries...
Wasn't America one of the last? The 13th Amendment took effect in December 1865, 7 months after the end of the war. It was also abolished as slavery. Let's see. Who banned slavery when? So we banned the slave trade. Okay. Wait, I cannot believe they would just focus on 1833 and am I okay? And act as if this proves something. There are so many other places that banned it first. So when did the U.S. actually abolish slavery? 1862? Yeah. We were one of the last ones up there, bruh. Oh, God. Okay. Jesus. They just lie.
Human slavery. White men led the world in putting an end to the abhorrent practice. That includes the 300,000 Union soldiers, overwhelmingly white, who died during the...
You can't say that slavery's not a white people thing, or that you can't ignore just if white people had slaves, it's not only white people, and then flip it around and say, well, white people ended slavery. If white people ended slavery, then by default, white people also had to play a role in upholding slavery. Jeez.
The Civil War. Now, am I saying that this makes white people better than anyone else? Of course not. My purpose here is to simply tell the truth, and the truth
Right.
is that human history is
The truth.
complicated. No one, regardless of skin color, stands guiltless.
So complicated, apparently you can't even do a simple Google search and read a fucking Wikipedia article before making anything, before making a historical claim.
Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of indigenous tribes of North and South America or the heinous actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few.
Because it has nothing to do with anything. Oh my god. Can you believe that it actually pays to be this fucking brain dead? It is insane to me. It is a sin.
Empires, to name just a few. Instead,
So the reason we talk a lot about slavery is because slavery and systemic racism and institutionalized racism still have negative consequences today. The cannibalism of the northern Indian hemisphere tribe does not have negative repercussions currently affecting people today. Are you fucking stupid? Well, yes, of course you are. Holy shit. Okay, listen. We need to ask a very serious question. And that question is, should you ever watch or listen to PragerU, PragerPoo? Well, I assume that if there are some people here that actually watch PragerU, I'm probably going to have to explain this to them in very juvenile and simplistic terms. So I would like to introduce you all to my new friend. This is the cone. And for reasons I am unable to speak of right now, the cone must be obeyed. Cone, should you ever watch a PragerU video? The cone says no. It's that simple, all right? There you go. The cone has spoken, and that is what the cone says.
we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all
We're
persistent
not, by
lies,
the way. I actually Googled that. Slavery is a white phenomenon. There is nothing. No quote. Nothing about it. Just complete lies. Just made up.
this lie spawns a bunch of other lies. On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy. The truth is that Africans were sold into slavery by other black Africans, and in many cases, sold for items as trivial as gin and mirrors.
So it's not a white person thing, but yet white people are credited in freeing the slaves? And then you specifically bring up the fact that black people also sold slaves. Is it a black person? Oh, God.
Whites didn't go into the interior and round up the natives. They waited on the coast for their black partners to bring them black bodies. The stark reality is that our lives had very little value to our ancestors. Here's the third thing you need to know.
Oh, my
If you think
God.
slavery-
So white people not responsible, but white people are responsible for ending slavery, and black people are responsible for selling slaves. Got it.
Is a relic of the past, you're wrong. There are some 700,000 slaves in Africa today, right now.
Oh,
That's the
no.
lowest estimate that I could find. Other sources say there are many more. For context, that's almost twice as many slaves as were ever brought to the United States. Child soldiers, human trafficking, forced labor, these are the conditions that currently exist within the same sub-Saharan
Okay.
region where the transatlantic is exclusively practiced today within non-white countries. But we hear almost nothing.
What? Dude, are you kidding me? I wonder how Candace Owens would feel about Hunter has some damn dumb false points sometimes. Really, buddy? Really? Well, that hurts my feelings, but how can you say it's not a white person thing and then focus just on how it's black people now that have slaves? You realize, I wonder what Candace Owens would do if someone made a video that was like, today, slavery is only practiced by white people. Candace Owens would be like, oh my God!
Nothing about that. Just like we hear nothing about how slavery was universal until good people in Europe and America ended it 2 centuries ago. Why? Because our so-called leaders, black and white, wouldn't profit from it. Black victimhood is nothing if not profitable. It elects politicians and funds
Oh,
racial
God.
grievance groups. And if black Americans began to view themselves as partners in the American dream, if we embraced the patriotic spirit that holds all men are created
Do
equal,
you really think
the
that's what
patriotic
it
spirit that
is?
is our real heritage.
Do you really think that's going to help? Maybe there's a reason why black people don't feel represented in this country. Is that possible, Candace? Is it possible that maybe black people don't want to be patriotic because they feel that they don't have equal opportunities in this country? Or they feel that they're disproportionately negatively affected by our criminal justice system? Could that be why, perhaps?
And the race hustlers would soon be out of business. And who wants that? I'm Candace Owens, author of Blackout for Prager University.
Candace Owens, go fuck yourself. What a fucking idiot. Holy. Depressing, to say the least. That's a good way to describe this. The Russians hated Jews. I don't know. Everybody was in on it, but Britain did make a giant effort. She's not an idiot, Hunter. She knows exactly what she's doing. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you're right. I will never understand how these people are so stupid. Did you see she got... Yes! Let's... Hold on. Candace Owens claims she was refused a COVID test because she's an anti-vaxxer. Holy crap! I just received an email from a COVID testing facility that they are refusing to administer a test to me because they don't like my politics. I'm banned from making sure I don't accidentally spread COVID? I guess so. If you actually read what they said, it was really, really great. They straight up were like, yeah, no, you spread misinformation about COVID, so fuck you. My team and myself have worked overtime to exhaustion, unpaid and underpaid this past year, spending our own capital to ensure that our community remains protected. It would be unfair to them and the sacrifices we have made to serve you. Jeez. They kind of did her dirty. Private company. What does Candace Owens have to say about bakeries kicking out gay people? Looks like it's not coming up, but whatever. That's funny though. That was crazy brave for the clinic to do that. Yeah, seriously. Sounds a lot like justice. Honestly, it's fine with me. Hold on. Is this the video everyone's Vosh is unironically evil? Holy shit, an hour long? Jesus. Holy shit. Hunter looks tired. Probably because I am, guys. That's why. Probably because I am. I haven't been doing very good with the streams lately. I don't know. I just haven't been very good lately with streams. I just haven't really been on my game too much lately. I did okay with the hippy dippy debate. I don't know. Hey, we got a raid of Party from 1. Thanks. Huh. Hunter, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm good. You just know how it be. I'm just kind of envious of these other streamers that have stamina to like stream for like 7 hours, and I've been streaming for an hour and a half and I'm feeling tired. Perhaps I don't have what it takes to stream. I watched that hippy dippy solely for you. Hey, thanks, man. Hunter, talk about your life because I genuinely care what's happening to you. I'm living my life, chilling. What do you mean? There's nothing to talk about with my life.
It's hard to watch the pandemic drag on as Americans refuse the vaccine in the name of freedom.
You're talking about an unproven, untested vaccine that doesn't even seem to really protect people because people who've gotten the vaccine are getting sick.
Oh my God. All of a sudden, everybody in the world just like forgot about what it means, what like averages are.
With the worst vaccination rate.
I don't want a poison forced into me.
I'm tired of y'all trying to control us.
One of the best things we have is our own God-given natural antibodies.
It also has one of the worst COVID cases.
Stop with this. I'm sick of these arguments. Well, we have our natural immune system. Then, okay, if you're going to say, well, the vaccine doesn't work because I get COVID. Well, what about the people that get COVID then who didn't get the vaccine? Then their immune system didn't work, right? By your own logic.
Case rates in the country. The Ozarks.
I don't take the flu shot. I don't take the pneumonia shot. I don't take any of them.
Wow, so you're a certified
I wanted to find
moron.
out why residents here aren't getting vaccinated.
You're trying to mask these kids up. It's detrimental to their health.
And what, if anything, could convince them otherwise?
Shit. Oh my God.
Hey, Mr. Green. It's Dr. Martin here. How are you? I heard you had kind of a rough night last night.
Hunter, people shouldn't be forced to take vaccines. Yes, they should. State mandate vaccines. And you know what? Fuck it. Anti-vaxxers, you know what? I think that they need to be, like, identified somehow. Maybe, like, a little identifier. Maybe a little tag on them, you know, that says, hey, I'm anti-vax. Remain 6 feet away. These people need to be identified. They are dangerous. If you want to look at it, anti-vaxxers are the ones driving up infection rates. Largely. Not entirely, but largely. Put the fucking star on the anti-vaxxers. I don't give a shit. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. Don't ban me, okay? I love you all, please.
Christopher Green is 53 years old and fighting for his life. Like 90% of the patients in this packed hospital, he's unvaccinated.
He's just walking a very thin, tight rope right now. And to be honest, I don't expect him to get out of this without being on a ventilator. And if he has to be on a ventilator, I don't expect him to survive.
I immediately asked Christopher, why hadn't he gotten the vaccine?
I'm more of a libertarian, and I don't like being told what I have to do. I'm still not completely 100% sold on the inoculation.
It was eerie to hear Christopher insist on his individual freedoms, even as he struggled to breathe.
Do you think other people should get it? I mean, I think that's everybody's individual right or choice to do what they want to. So I'm not one to dictate or make somebody feel guilty because they don't.
People aren't going to have to feel guilty. It's that people are going to literally die.
Christopher represents a genuine challenge. Do the American values of individual choice have to take priority over public health?
By the time they're here, what can you do? You know, and it's when somebody's in a room really, really sick and can't breathe and suffering, I mean, it's just not a good time for a lecture.
But the result in a place like Mountain Home is a 36% vaccination rate, and people are dying.
It's terrible.
Let everybody live their own life.
I heard this over and over.
What if you die? Then you're not going to be living your own life, are you?
Freedom, choice.
Don't do it because somebody's pressuring you to do it.
Everyone has the right to choose.
Almost everyone I met in Mountain Home told me they knew someone who died from COVID. Most people are undoubtedly concerned about the pandemic here. It didn't feel to me like a QAnon convention. Misinformation certainly exists here, but a powerful force behind the hesitancy is this fundamental idea of personal freedom. But in a community where individual rights are taking precedence over everything else, you get endless individual reasons not to get vaccinated. Like
the thing is you give up your rights, quote unquote. You give up certain rights all the time in order to function properly within a society. We give up our right not to walk around naked. You give up your right not to drunk drive. You give up your freedom not to shoot up heroin in front of the school. You give up freedoms and rights all the time in your daily life in order to exist within society. And one of those rights that sometimes you give up is, if it's a state-mandated vaccine, getting the vaccine. Sorry, buddy. You have to do it. What's funny is, with these people that are saying my choice, I wonder how they would feel about abortion. Because what it really comes down to is, when it's something like abortion, we have the mom and we have the fetus. There are two people involved there. And in that instance, since there's only two people involved, and the doctor, I guess, then the mother's bodily autonomy tends to take precedence there. However, when we're talking about vaccines and your unvaccinated dipshit ass could infect thousands of people, well, that's being a little hyperbolic, tons and tons of people, well, suddenly your bodily autonomy doesn't take precedence because other people also have a bodily autonomy not to get sick, not to contract the virus. So bodily autonomy matters, but it doesn't take precedent in every circumstance. It's contextual.
Like believing the vaccine doesn't work.
I have two parents in their 70s. Both had the vaccine and both got COVID.
A
Did they
preference
live?
for hearsay.
He had heard that the people that were spreading the virus were people that had already had the vaccine and that they were carriers.
Straight up fear.
Oh, just people having reactions.
Even among those who overcame their hesitancy, there's a lack of urgency.
I don't really have any reasons to be out in circulation with the rest of the public. I just enjoy my dogs and work out on the farm and raise my koi fish.
With all these reasons not to get vaccinated,
Well, there you go.
floating around, it makes it hard for those who
I
actually
just sit here and enjoy my koi fish. You know, I'm not really thinking much about getting vaccines here.
do want it.
I have a parent who does not necessarily support vaccinations. It was hard because she asked me where I was going, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get vaccinated, and she was not very happy with that.
What struck me was that Mary Beth had the courage to go against the grain.
People should be more concerned about
Based
the
Mary
well-being of
Beth.
those around them, because I feel like not enough people are thinking about other people when they make the decision not to get the vaccine.
There's an irony in someone rebelling against a culture of individualism for the good of their community. But voices like Mary Beth's are drowned out by leaders who are contradicting public health officials.
No, the state is not going to be requiring and mandating vaccinations.
And I don't believe anyone should be forced to take the vaccine. It should be your personal choice.
These vaccines are always
Force them.
voluntary.
Force.
And never.
State-mandated vaccines. Who's with me? Let's get a chant going up here in chat, okay? State-mandated vaccines. Yes! Animed Music Lover, thank you again for the $20 donation. Love that you're live streaming every day, but why don't you save them? I do. There's a playlist called Stream VODs / Debates. And every stream I do goes right in there. You can watch them all in order.
We don't have to accept the mandates, lockdowns, and harmful policies of the petty tyrants and bureaucrats.
We can either have a free society or we can have a biomedical security state.
What?
There's no better place to see the impact of this political rhetoric than in the hospital. Only about 50% of the staff are vaccinated.
What?
None of the unvaccinated staffers were willing to talk.
There are just a lot of people that you cannot convince to get vaccinated. Patients, employees, it's very frustrating.
Holy
It's sad.
shit. They shouldn't even be, dude, they shouldn't even be allowed to work there. Are you kidding me? If you're a nurse and you're refusing to get vaccinated, you should be fired. Pronto.
It's disappointing.
Just a few months ago, the staff was planning a cookout to celebrate the end of COVID. But instead of barbecuing, they're now battling another surge.
It's exhausting. We're all exhausted. We don't have staff. We don't have beds.
One obvious way out is to mandate the vaccine.
Yes, yes,
But in April, the governor signed a law banning government mask mandates and vaccine passports.
No.
That shifts the responsibility mostly to private entities.
Yes,
Vaccine requirements as part of employment, attending school, or participating in sports are reluctantly motivating some to overcome their hesitancy. It seems to me that the only other thing that actually sways people here is being in the hospital.
And I really am upset at myself because I did not get vaccinated. I've never hurt like I've hurt. It's made a believer out of me.
Shit.
This is what freedom looks like in America today. It's always been complicated.
That's a little loaded.
But political leaders should remember that this country was also founded on the idea that government should protect us. After all, in a pandemic, one person's freedom can be another person's death.
Probably should have had a little healthier fear that it need to be taken more seriously. And I mean, I don't know how close I am to being a lot worse. I really don't know.
Christopher Green died 9 days after this interview. He was 53 years old.
Oh. No. That is so fucking sad. Oh. Yikes. Well, that was a bummer. That was a downer. I am currently going viral on TikTok, my friends. I've been getting a shit ton of likes on a little clip I just posted. At least I have some relevance somewhere, yo. Ha! Yeah. Gained 300 followers today on TikTok. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Wait, why did I say excuse me when that was my chest cracking? That made it sound a lot creepier than it was. It's his choice to die after the straining medical system as community. Bravo and rest in peace. Yep, that's kind of how it be, you know. TikTok is OP for views. I mean, I'm getting views right now on this little clip I posted. So I'm happy to see it, you know. TikTok is cringe. He effed around and found out. You know what? I don't care if you say TikTok is cringe because I'm getting followers on it. That's what matters. Okay. Do you earn money through TikTok? Very small amount. TikTok, I make like $60. It's like, it's nothing. Hunter Hater 1 has followed on Twitch. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, thanks for following, I guess. Hunter, what would you do with people who refuse to get vaccinated even with a mandate? I guess they'd get locked up. I don't know exactly. Maybe in camps? No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. For real, that is a joke. Smell your fingers, Hunter. They smell nice. Do you have a dad? Yes, I have a father. Thank you for asking. Come to me, my precious TikTok followers. This is what this is the expose right here. Hunter sold out and grifted for the TikTok clout. That's what really happened here, okay? 60 a video? No, like 60 a month. TikTok pays like 8 cents for video. Like, you don't make any money on TikTok. You have to be getting consistently, like, you'd probably have to be getting a consistent, like, 1 million views per video, multiple, like, times a week to make a substantial amount. You don't have a right to be a typhoid Mary or bioterrorist. True. Just like you don't have a right to drive drunk. Hunter, is your TikTok the new grift? Yeah, it is. Go check it out. So, oh, what was it? Oh, yeah. I have to show you guys something. This is really funny. So, PragerU the other day made this post. So they say, first they show this, and it's Pitbull. Like, my family fled communism, yeah! And then you go over here, and they're all the TikTok, or all the PragerU videos on why you shouldn't trust celebrities. So I'm confused, PragerU. Are we supposed to trust the celebrities when they're talking about communism being bad? Or do you want to... Okay. Hunter, do you want to show Will on stream? Yeah. Let me go get Willie. Gonna say hi to the live stream? Are you gonna say hi to the live stream? Hey, what's going on, buddy? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi. Say it again. Hi. Say hi. Say dada. Hi. Say mama. Say mama, 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 mama. Say mama. Say mama, you smiley little chunk. Can you smile for daddy? Hey, can you smile for your father? What's going on over here, huh? What's going on? Is this what I do in my free time when you're not waking me up? Is this what I do? Do a little live stream? Say dada. Say dada. Say da da da. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Hi. Say dada. Ow. Say dada. Say dada right now, child. Please say dada. Please, man. Do you see all the chat? This is the chat over here saying how cute you are. And this is the other chat saying how cute you are. Say, all right, now say into the mic, say, mama. Go on. Mama, mama, mama. Say, what? Say, mama. You're not supposed to grab this microphone, bucko. This is how we talk. Say, mama. Mama, what? Are you clicking the button? Are you checking out the microphone? What's so special about it, huh? What's going on? You want to put on your headphones? You want to look like a real hip-hop MC? Yeah, that's my buddy. Boom, boom, boom. Hi, William. How you doing, buddy? I don't think he likes this. It's okay. Say mama, mama, mama. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Why are you so obsessed with this microphone, huh? Are you pushing the mute button? Why do you want to push the mute button? Why do you always want to push the mute button, huh? And also, why are you even... What do you see? You see the chat moving? Is that the chat moving over there? They're saying hi to you. They're saying, hi, Willie. Hi. 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 What's this? Is this little fuzzy thing that comes off? Yeah. That goes over the mic. There we go. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Say dada. Hey. Hey, you. Say dada or you will be tickled. Say dada. Say dada. Okay, fine. Fine, you know what? Be rude. Say nothing. Plead the fifth. But I don't care. Because you're still my little guy. What? What did you just say? What was that? Huh? You wanna fight right here, right now, buddy? Because we can do it. We can fight. I will probably lose, though. You're my little guy. He has the fuzziest head ever. Oh, do you see Daddy's TikTok followers going up? Yeah. You see, every time this bar goes up, your daddy's self-esteem goes up with it. Up! I'm feeling a little bit more like a man now. Can you sing your favorite song? Say, boom, boom, boom. Can you boom? Can you boom, 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 boom? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. What's with all the smirks? Huh? What's with all the smirks? What's with all the little smirks? Why are you so smart? All right, say bye-bye. 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 Black Dynamite, thanks for the $2. Hunter, you have a son? Oh my god, yo. Yeah. Stuart Strachan, thank you for the $10. Love you, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and check my, Man, I'm really getting some views over here on TikTok, bruh. Holy shit. This really might be going viral. Holy fuck. Man, TikTok is the place to go for views. Holy shit. That kid needs a puppy or a kitten? What does that even mean? Oh, Willie? Yeah, well, I have my door all closed, everything blocked off, so now it's time to, you know, take a bong rip. Probably going to be wrapping up stream here soon, guys. Like I said, I'm just... I gotta get better at, like, my fucking... How many views? Like 40,000 views in, like, 2 hours and over 6,000 likes already. But I've also gained, like, 500 or 600 followers today on TikTok as well. So it's overall a really good platform, honestly. Remember, Hunter, eat your veggies first. Oh, always. Well, I don't eat my greens. I smoke them. But Demon Doggo, $5. Remember, Hunter, eat your veggies first and then dessert. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, good lad. Wait until he's a little older. Yeah, I'm waiting till he's older because I also want him to be able to take care of the dog, and I don't want to have to do it. That's why. It's really quite simple, you know? Yeah, TikTok's been doing pretty good. I'm enjoying using it, that's for sure. Killer Disguise, thanks for the $10. Writing in will for president 2024. Now that is based. Super based, my friend. Don't worry, guys. The time will come where I will be able to stream longer. But that little bundle of cuteness you just saw definitely does, he knows how to take up some time. Based bong rips. Exactly. I'm actually smoking the last little bit of this weed. And then I'm done. I'm done with weed for a little while. Thank you, Comic Reacts, for the $2. I'm running for president in 40 years. Vote for me. Well, I'm running in 20 years. Vote for me. How do you like them apples, biatch? It's okay, Hunter. You have responsibilities. Yeah, I know. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. It's trying to focus on some stuff. Hey, how would you guys feel about merch? I'm probably going to be launching some merch soon with my my dope logo on it, you know? So there're going to be hats, there's going to be water bottles, hoodies. I'm excited. I think you guys are going to like it a lot. Vote for Hunter. Yeah, I would be a great president. Who's with me, huh? Could you imagine me as president? Oh God. Could you imagine the campaigns against me? It would just be like the worst. Yeah, type 1 in chat if you would buy merch, I guess. I mean, because we're probably going to be doing it soon. $1.99 from Kali Wally. Ever had a Delta 8 brownie? No, I don't like Delta 8. It's like super weak weed. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Based. I hear my timer going off, which means that my chicken nuggies are ready. I'd rock a hat. Yeah, I think you guys would like it. I think you guys will fuck with the merch. Well, sorry that today was such a short stream and I had to cut off last minute, like earlier with the talk with Carlin, and I don't know. I'm feeling a little discouraged about everything with the stream stuff, but I don't know, man. I love streaming. I do. It's just I feel like I just don't have the stamina to do it. Like, I love it when I first begin, but then it's like, I don't know. I run out of topics to talk about. I just don't know how these people are able to do it for like 7 fucking hours. Chicken nuggies, aren't you vegan? Well, yeah, they're veggie chicken nuggets. I put them in a taco. They're actually really good. I just feel like I don't have the stamina. Like, I see these people streaming for like 4, 6, 7 hours. I'm like, bruh, I've been streaming 2 hours and I'm starting to feel a little exhausted. Don't worry, Hunter, you're a good streamer. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I feel like I am actually not bad at streaming. I feel like I'm getting way better on the fly. I feel like I'm really improving with debates. Kind of like what we were talking about at the beginning with the hippy dippy thing. Like, people are recognizing that I'm improving my debates performance a lot. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I've just been exhausted lately, but oh well. Well, hey, follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, all right? Thanks everybody for tuning in today. One word, cocaine. Maybe that's the answer right there. Oh, wait, we got a $2 donation from Vegan Enthusiast for Life. Is your son vegan? If not, how come will he be? Yeah, my kids are vegan right now. But they get all their necessary nutrients and everything.